Hello and welcome back to Chasing the Target. I was discussing with Faiz this whole day, actually, yesterday, that how we're gonna get up for this game. It's India have already lost the series. The series is done. How can this game be exciting? And it was exciting. I was proven wrong. We saw records broken today. Young man Ishan Kishan scoring 210 runs. It was the fastest ODI double hundred of 131 balls. We hit 24 fours, 10 sixes at a strike rate of 160.30. If he continued to bat till the end of the 50 overs, he probably would have got a triple hundred. But a wonderful innings. I know there's going to be a lot of talk about, you should give youngsters a chance now. Look what Ishan Kishan is doing, everything. We'll talk about all that. But first of all, your reaction on the double hundred, bro.
Oh, crazy! And yesterday मैं बोला था, I think अगर आप लोगों को याद नहीं है कि किंग कोहली सेंचुरी मारने वाला है, but
Yes.
yeah, fantastic. Ishan Kishan जबरदस्त finally, coming to his what he's capable of doing. बेहतरीन shot, बेहतरीन head in the game, everything focus. He wanted a chance, he got his chance, and I think he doubled his chances of getting into the Indian cricket team back in like full swing. But I hope he continues this consistently. I mean, yes, it's just one to double hundred, but what shots, what's a lot shot selection. Credit to the king as well. The king also got a century. I know he got dropped, and we've been talking about how people getting centuries and getting dropped while having the centuries. लेकिन भाई आज ईशान किशन का दिन है. आज आप खोल के बोलो ईशान किशन.
Yeah, and actually, मेरे को ईशान किशन का क्या अच्छा दिखा मालूम. He started off hitting through the offside, मतलब playing those strokes, showing the full face of the bat, and then when they tried to drop short to him, he swiveled and he pulled it as well. He was not scared of the pace of Ibadat Hussain or anybody like that. He was not worried about that. And India was struggling, in the power play till now, and he made sure they didn't struggle. And how, man, they could have easily scored 500 today as well. It was a wonderful innings, very good puller of the ball. That's what I noticed from Ishan Kishan. He reads the line and length very quickly as well off the spinner. He knows exactly trajectory कहाँ आ रहा ball, and उस हिसाब से ना front foot या back foot पे आ जाता. Excellent from him. I was very very impressed with the way he batted today. And of course there will be a lot of talk कि भाई इसको क्यों नहीं खिलाते, now replace him with Dhawan, replace him with Rohit Sharma. I mean, there is valid talk over there, but this is what I'm saying. When this guy goes through a bad form, don't forget this moment. Don't forget he smashed a double hundred. Yes, it was against Bangladesh. Yes, it was a dead rubber, but he still smashed a double hundred in 130 deliveries. Right? This is not an easy thing. And these kind of players, Ishan Kishan, Rishabh Pant, this is modern India. This is what you want. Of course, they're not going to play this every single game. ऐसा नहीं होगा. हर रोज ऐसा इनिंग नहीं आएंगी. एक पीरियड रहेगा कि यही साल में या नेक्स्ट ईयर देख लो 2023 में पीरियड आएगा where he might go through a tough phase. जब लोग बोलेंगे उसको ड्रॉप करो, इसको लेके आओ. That time you back him. That time you say कि भाई no, he gave me this innings. And it was that innings, bro. It was an innings where it was incredible. The amount of balls that he faced, the runs he scored, and he could have easily, like I said, got into a triple hundred. We have Techie Live. Thank you so much for advertising us. We really appreciate it. Thank you for all the support. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're all doing well. And please do like and share and subscribe. Your support is valuable. Yes, it is very valuable. And Techie Live, we really appreciate you joining with us almost every single day. I think कल आप नहीं आए थे, मगर हम कल बहुत छोटा stream कर रहे थे. So thank you so much for joining us today. अंजुम
अंजुम बोलना
बोलना
चाहिए
चाहिए था.
था
अतर
अतर
अली
अली
खान
खान
का nickname is, from my point of view, incredible. Pro Max guy, comment of the
Pro
stream.
Max. Yeah, man, incredible, bro. Atar Ali, with all due respect to him, commentary मेरे को अंजुम के साथ कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रही. I think when it was Shreyas Iyer who got out, I was telling you the same thing, that I didn't
Yeah.
understand what he said. He said that it came out of Kohli's bat, but Shreyas Iyer went. I mean, yeah, I mean, commentary has been a bit not that great, but yeah, the innings for me was enough commentary and spoke volumes about the way Ishan. You mentioned about his shot selections. I think that is perfect. But the main thing I like is his body balance throughout this. Way he hits the shot. The body balance and focus, like you mentioned as well, is brilliant here. And at a very quick age, I think he knows exactly what kind of shots are good for him, kind of shots are bad for him. उन्हें दो छक्के जो लेग साइड पे मारा मियां, with all due respect, आप
Yeah.
मुस्तफा के वालिद साहब की याद आ गई, बिकॉज़ उन्होंने भी ऐसे छक्के मारते थे हमारे को. तो yeah, it was the same left-handers paradise. Swing करके जो मारा था, उनकी bat swing भी जबरदस्त थे. And I think the best cherry on the cake, or whatever you want to call it, was him doing it with Kohli. And Kohli, we got a century. I think that is what was there. It was a 290-run partnership. Incredible scenes. But yeah, coming back to, let's like just for a second, get off Ishan Kishan and Kohli. Your thoughts on Shikhar Dhawan, bro? Like again, he's flopped. This was a batting paradise. He could have got his runs, but he didn't capitalize. So what do we now think about Shikhar Dhawan?
My thoughts haven't changed. Even when he was scoring runs in the IPL, my thoughts were always that I respect this guy. He's done outstanding work for India. But I think it's time to give a youngster a chance. And whether that's Ishan Kishan, whether that's somebody else, a Gaikwad or anybody, there's a lot of youngsters who are blooding in now. You need to have that right balance. That partnership we saw today between Kohli and Ishan Kishan, वो proper mixture था कि experience और youth का. मतलब कोहली का भी strike rate over 100 था, मगर इतना slow inning दिख रहा था just in comparison. But it was a very quick innings, very good 100. लेकिन that's what you want, right? आपको होना तो if you have that throughout the batting, that will help. So Rohit Sharma, Nishan Kishan opening the batting, I think that will be a better option, or a Gaikwad and Shikhar Dhawan, like things like that. But you're not going to drop Rohit Sharma. But I'm just saying, in that situation, I would like to have one youngster and one experienced guy. And if you have two experienced guys, I just feel the approach conservative हो जाता. अब ईशान किशन next game में अगर जब भी उसका next one day game होगा, he might get out पहला ball. और आप बोलेंगे क्या कर रहे हैं, मगर आपको होना ऐसा, आपको डर नहीं रहना कि भाई आके छक्के मारो, आउट हो गए तो आउट हो गए. आज कैसा मारा उन्हें, देखो इसमें और एक चीज है फैज की भाई, ये मैच में कुछ था नहीं, ठीक है ना, सीरीज था ना, वर्ल्ड कप था ना, एशिया कप था, देयर वाज नथिंग ऑन द लाइन, आप हार चुके थे, सब हो गया था, तो देयर इज नथिंग टू लूज. अब now he has to implement that in pressure situations. He has to continue to bat like this and perform like this. Can उन्हें execute कर सकता क्या अगर ये पाकिस्तान के खिलाफ है, in a not even in a bilateral, in a Asia Cup final or in a World Cup knockout match? Will he be able to go with that strategy? That's my question. I have no doubt in the talent of Ishan Kishan. I have no doubt in the talent of Dhawan, in Rohit Sharma, these guys. You have to do it at the big stage. But
No, I think you hit it on the money exactly. I think this is what we want to see in crunch situation today, guys. Turn up and you मतलब जैसा आप बोल रहे कि ये situation एक ऐसा था कि भाई आओ खेलो, prove yourself. Yeah, this is one for the getting into the team. ये एक gateway था, entry gateway था कि भाई आप ये मारो और आपको शायद next में हम we'll give you a chance. But the way you perfectly panned it out कि भाई, I think going forward these guys need to show us that in the crunch situation where where in sort of an England crisis जो T20 में था, या and how we performed in the T20 World Cup, can you come and help us there? Can you come and help us where what Mehdi Hassan Miraj has been doing for Bangladesh? We need those kind of players to bring us out of that gutter and sort of win us the match. So yeah, I think that is something that we have to focus on and not easily get थोड़ा disheartened अगर एक आध में perform नहीं करा. We always need to remember that what this guy is capable of, a double 100. That is what I've also been giving KL Rahul the same stick, bro. I mean, I give him a lot of stick. मैं बहुत ज़्यादा उनको बोलता हूँ, but this is for me exactly what you just mentioned is KL Rahul's problem. He doesn't turn up in the big matches. That is something that I have been an advocate about.
Yeah, no,
Techie Life
100%.
says, Techie Life said, I thought today only intent is there. Otherwise, Indian batters' gameplay today is the same. What your thought of this?
No, I think Ishan Kishan changed the whole game plan itself. और the way he batted today कि भाई आराम से, मतलब आराम से नहीं, मतलब ले बशीर दे बशीर जो भी आ रहा हो ठोको बाउंड्री के बाहर, एंड पूरा गेम प्लान उन्हें बदला. फिर हाँ, दूसरे बैट्समैन आई कंप्लीटली अग्री, उन लोगों का अपार्ट फ्रॉम विराट कोहली, even Virat Kohli, like his job is to anchor the innings. He played a bit quicker than he would normally would. I felt he batted well, but yeah, the rest of the batsmen were disappointing. फिर से wicket दे दिए, and when it came time to accelerate, they didn't. The score could have been 450 if you want to be very critical. लेकिन हाँ, like अगर आपको ऐसा start मिल गया तो फिर it's okay. You don't need to really worry about the other batsmen. But of course, I think he's right in terms of the middle order, including Shikhar Dhawan. If you look at his display, the batting was similar. The pattern, you were losing wickets regularly. You're playing some sluggish shots, and whether it was KL Rahul, Shreyas Iyer, all these guys, no one could finish off the innings, and that is a sign of concern for sure. First, let's go into the eye test and discuss a bit more about the game. पहली चीज जो भी हमारे साथ जुड़ रहे हैं, प्लीज मेक श्योर यू लाइक एंड सब्सक्राइब एंड कमेंट विद योर क्वेश्चंस, विद योर कमेंट, जो भी आपको लगा ये गेम के बारे में, जो भी सवाल है गेम के बारे में या क्रिकेट इन जनरल, या आप फुटबॉल का भी पूछ लो, खाने के बारे में पूछ लो, जो भी पूछना है पूछो, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, जो भी हमको जवाब हम दे देंगे.
आज खाने का तो खाली एक ही खाना था, 156 run out of boundaries, खाली खाते के बांग्लादेश के bowlers. I was mentioning to you like something that I wanted to talk in the eye test was Taskin Ahmed's return. I mean, it wasn't that great. I know he's coming back from an injury, but भाई उसको
बुरा आज
पेल दिया ईशान आज रोटी बना के वापस दे दिया उसको. But like coming to Ishan Kishan's innings again, because the more we talk about ये eye test ने, I think ये पूरा diagnostic रहने वाला है आज का, कि 156 runs out of boundaries, bro. कैसा आप मारते हैं, 24 fours and like I think 10 sixes, कितना बुरा मार सकते हैं वो. maintaining that focus on the thing. आप 100 बना लेते एक हो जाता है, then the condition can. So as a batsman, how do you sort of keep your innings going?
या नो आई थिंक एक चीज ये है कि उसके पास वैरायटी ऑफ शॉट्स है, तो उसको वो एडवांटेज है। उन्हें लेग साइड पे भी खेल सकता है, आउटसाइड मतलब ऑफ स्टंप पे भी खेल सकता है, शॉर्ट बॉल को खेल सकता है। व्हेन यू कैन प्ले द शॉर्ट बॉल लाइक दैट विद दैट मच थिंग, देन इट बिकम्स इजियर, बिकॉज क्या हो रहा है जब फुल फुल डालते, दैट्स इन योर जोन। कड़ा कैसा कवर ड्राइव मार सकते हैं आप, फ्लिक कर सकते हैं। मतलब शॉर्ट बॉल इज अ थिंग वी सीन विद अय्यर, वी सीन लॉट बैट्समैन स्पेशली ऑन दीस पिचेस, इट टेंड्स टू सरप्राइज यू। मगर उसका जो पुल है बहुत खतरनाक पुल है, कट भी बहुत अच्छा है, तो ही हैज अ लॉट ऑफ शॉट्स दैट हेल्प्स यू, दैट्स नंबर वन। The second thing is fearless approach. He's a young guy. He does, he likes to play modern cricket. He's brought up in the IPL generation, and
Yeah.
he's implemented that. अगर उसका first 50 भी देखे T20 में, विराट कोहली के साथ ही था, उन ऐसी खेला against England, fearless cricket था। So that's another thing that allows you to keep going. Now the difference is, for example, if it's a more experienced player, he would look to, after he gets to a certain stage, he would look to rotate the strike and this and that. Whereas a youngster will look to continue to hit. अब उन्हें आउट भी हो जा सकता था। अब 200 पे भी आप क्या बोले मेरे को, आज 300 भी मार सकता था, 300 भी मार सकता,
Yes.
मगर he could have also got out when he made 100। वो भी हो सकता था, because that's how he's playing, right? He's playing fearless cricket. That's what you want, and he's to get to that, score those many boundaries, you have to just pick your length and line early. It was a very good wicket, mind you. Pitch बहुत अच्छा था. It was he trusted the bounce, he played his shots, and he was very confident कि भाई मैं clear कर सकता हूँ boundary को. So that's the reason why he scored so many
Yeah,
boundaries.
I think Techie Life is speaking your language here in the comment. He's saying Surya and Ishan kind players, they not perform in every innings, but when they
Yes.
perform, the whole match is like in your favor. And
यही
right?
यही है, इसलिए आपको बैक करना पड़ता है, आपको ईशान को भी बैक करना पड़ता है, आपको सूर्या को भी बैक करना, सर्टेन एक्सटेंट आपको ऋषभ को भी करना पड़ता है। ये जो प्लेयर है आपके, ये नहीं देंगे आपको, बहुत फ्रस्ट्रेट कर देंगे। सूर्या भी फ्रस्ट्रेट करेंगे, मैं लिख के दे रहा हूँ कि भाई
Yeah.
वनडे क्रिकेट है, 50 ओवर क्यों ऐसा शॉट खेल रहे हो? मगर आपको ऐसे प्लेयर चाहिए अगर आपको आगे बढ़ना है आईसीसी टूर्नामेंट्स में। अब क्रिकेट चेंज हो गया, वनडे T20 आपको दबा के मारना है। आज ये अगर इफ दे गॉट 300 250, Bangladesh are in the game. Bangladesh can chase it down. It was still a good
Correct.
pitch here. The ball was
Yeah.
turning. Akshar Patel bowled well, no doubt. Kuldeep bowled well and everything. But agar ye 300 tha score, right? Bangladesh are in the game. 400 knocked them out of the game, and it was the innings of Ishan Kishan which made them go to 400.
Yeah, I think a thoda traditional versus modern approach. I think me personally, I like now I'm getting to the modern approach of thought, which you're already there. You're already a modern kind of a fan. But like traditional supporter, जैसे मैं है, या other people in our chats usually, where we say that 1-2 innings के बाद we sort of get critical. Okay, but like for me, okay, KL Rahul को छोड़ दो, Surya Kumar, I was telling you the same thing. भाई really consistent नहीं है वो. But I think you're one of the only few modern fans that believes कि भाई अगर नहीं perform करा तो harm नहीं है, अगले मैच में ऐसा मैच परफॉर्म करेगा. एंड आई थिंक वी नीड टू स्टार्ट स्टिकिंग टू दैट. वी नीड टू स्टार्ट बिलीविंग मोर. द मोर कंसिस्टेंट दे गेट इन दैट अप्रोच, द मोर दे विल बी एबल टू डिलीवर अंडर लाइक अ बेन स्टोक्स काइंड ऑफ अ कैप्टेंसी.
इसका वजह ये है कि because you have a player like Virat Kohli in the middle, you have a player like KL Rahul who can anchor, you have those things. So जो दूसरे youngsters है, let them go and hit. मैं ऐसा नहीं बोल रहा हूँ कि इंग्लैंड का अप्रोच करो, हर बॉल मारो, वैसा नहीं बोल रहा मैं. बट यू ऑलरेडी हैव प्लेयर्स जो सिंगल डबल निकाल सकते हैं, जैसा विराट कोहली आज करा. बट देन यू नीड डिफरेंट प्लेयर्स. यू नीड प्लेयर्स की मॉडर्न क्रिकेट खेलें कि हर बॉल मारो, आउट हो गए तो आउट हो गए, मैच हार गए तो हार गए. मगर जब जीत रहे 400 मारो, 500 मारो, वैसा लाइक दबा के दो. That's what I want from the youngsters. That's why I want youngsters in the team as well. It doesn't mean to say that Virat Kohli's cricket is outdated. उन्हें आपको सबसे बेस्ट मैच जिताया like of all time जो चेस करा against Pakistan in his traditional way. बहुत हाई रिस्क था at the end because run rate बढ़ गया था, but he did it in his traditional way. He started very slow in that game. So that also exists, but to counter that, not to counter it, to make your team even stronger, you need somebody who will look to attack from ball one. You need a guy who can be aggressive with your approach as well.
I think it'll be like a tag team kind of effort. अगर तुम्हारे hitters out हुए तो then the anchors have to come. अगर anchors out हो गए तो फिर hitters have to do something. So I think वो एक proper formula बना के how to sort of tone everyone down wherever they're going wrong. I think वो it'll be a long strategy, but yeah, if it implemented, then we'll be probably the best ODI side or whatever cricket we're going to play. Vinesh bhai is in the house. Vinesh bhai, how are you? I said you yesterday that Stokes should have started with Robinson and a delivery to Babar Azam. it speaks
I'll get to
quality.
that. I'll get to that's in my eye test also. Ollie Robinson is in my eye test. I will get to that. But first thing that I want to say, Faiz, the second thing I want to say is about Virat Kohli. You mentioned Virat Kohli, right? This man, 100 was far fetched for him in the last 3 years. मतलब कोई खबर नहीं थी कब आएगा सेंचुरी क्या होगा क्या नहीं रहेगा उन्हें आउट हो जा रहा था ये हो जा रहा था. Now he's scored that 100 against Afghanistan, then he that blinder of a knock against Pakistan, and now this 100. It just goes to show that he's a legend of the game. Formation free classes per minute. And today, what I really liked about his innings is that he let Ishan Kishan take the charge. He was not the guy saying, "Pai, mat maru, you're short." Experienced players do that. Felt like you also freaking sit with me and you tell me, "Aisa na karo, vaisa na karo." It's human nature to do that, right? But he didn't
Yeah.
do that, and that's a big thing. It's very difficult not to do that, especially such a senior player, one of the best batsmen to play the game. He's enjoying the kit. He's telling the kid, hit, I will rotate, I will play my game, but आप रुको मत, आप खेलते जाओ. बहुत बड़ी चीज है ये. Not only did he bat really well, Virat Kohli, and he was part of the partnership which made you go for 100, but he also allowed the youngster to blossom and make that record. अगर कोई और experienced player बोल सकता था कि भाई रुक जाओ थोड़ा, 100 के बाद थोड़ा सा सिंगल डबल खेलो,
Yeah.
आपको पूरा लंबा खेलना है, उन्हें कुछ भी नहीं बोला. He's going ताली मार रहा. He almost cost him his 100 in between. They didn't run on thing.
I'm
Yeah,
just
Faiz, go
going to
ahead.
drop out for 1 minute. I think I
Yeah,
have a technical
go ahead.
issue. Just 1 minute. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead. So that's what I really enjoyed from Virat Kohli's point of view. Whoever is watching, please make sure you like and subscribe and ask your questions. But yeah, that's what I liked. He allowed the youngster कि भाई खेलो अपना गेम, flamboyant खेलो, कोई टेंशन नहीं है, बिना झिझक के खेलो. And he also batted really well. He rotated the strike. If you see his score, let me just pull out the scorecard over here. 130 of 91 balls, strike rate of 124. That's a very good strike rate in a one day thing. And it looked like he was playing very slow, but he wasn't playing slow, right? So credit to Virat Kohli over there. That partnership was outstanding. It allowed India to get to a record score of 409. A very good partnership, and in the end, a good victory. But like I said before, कि भाई ये dead rubber था. उसमें इसमें कुछ होता नहीं था. It's just that ईशान किशन की जगह पक्की हो सकती है. He's shown what he's capable of, and Techie Live is saying at the end, King is back with the 72nd, who break the record of punter punting, and big thanks to Litton Doves who dropped his catch at one. Yeah, look, Virat Kohli also had the other side of luck where he was getting out in different ways, a lot of dismissals and stuff like that. But he got you need luck as well sometimes at the batsman. He got that luck and he made the most of it. Sometimes he was getting dropped and still getting out the second, third time. So, आज he made sure he made that 100. Faiz, all good?
Yes, sir. I think I think Techie Live yesterday भी मैं बोला था, मैं ये बोलते जाऊंगा कि मैं कल बोला था कि the king is gonna come back, and I'm so happy कि he's gonna surpass 2019 के बाद सेंचुरी मारा मुस्तफा, if I'm not wrong.
Sorry?
He hit a century after 2019 West Indies, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Virat
Yeah,
Kohli.
so it's been a
His
long
last one
time
was
for the king.
2019.
Yeah, it's
One
been
day
a long
100.
time
Yeah.
for him, and I think now I'm hoping that he comes back in full throttle form, and what we used to see in 2016-15, that Kohli. I think he was just वो होता है ना, for every player that there's that one mountain to climb. I think the century was that mountain to climb. Apart from the Pakistan innings, this was the biggest mountain that he had to climb, and now that he's passed Ponting's record, I think अब उन्हें guns blazing रहने वाला, उन्हें अब किसी को नहीं सुनने वाला है. But yeah, overall Virat Kohli, like Mustafa said, anchor करा perfectly. वो seniorism नहीं आया कि उसमें कि भाई मेरे को मैं बड़ा हूँ, मैं खेलूंगा, मैं बड़ा हूँ, मेरे को बताओ and stuff. Perfectly he and हमारा जो thumbnail है इसके ऊपर इसलिए है क्योंकि जो आशीर्वाद ईशान किशन विराट कोहली का ले रहा है, it's on those bases that junior and senior, and I think that's the best thing for me today, that it was with the king.
Yeah, no, 100%, and that's what you want. You want to see that combination of fire and ice, like experience and youth. And I think if you can implement that a bit more from the top to the middle order as well, in the batting order, I think that will really help India. कि आप एक player रखो तो anchor कर सकता है, एक player रखो aggressor रख सकता. फैज आपके लिए सवाल है भाई. फैज भाई, how do you rate our bowling in the series overall?
नहीं, our bowling has been not very good because Mustafa Bhai was explaining this to me yesterday also, that the bowling has majorly hurt us in a lot of areas. अपने को जिस तरह जो मैचेस अपने जीत सकते थे, actually the bowling has let us down in certain tandems. Like the first match अगर अपन देखेंगे, हो गई थी बांग्लादेश की टेल खत्म हो गई थी, लेकिन वो लास्ट विकेट में मेहदी और उन्हें आके 30-40 रन मार के जिता दिए. सेकंड मैच में भी वही हुआ, अपन की bowling के वजह से we were let down. Though yes, there is a debate where Siraj ka, but we gave away a lot of runs than more required. अगेन मेहदी आके वो इनिंग्स खेला, महमदुल्लाह की पार्टनरशिप नहीं तोड़ पाए, एंड वी हैव द लाइक्स ऑफ 150 पेसर इन दिस, वी हैव सिराज with all the variations, we have good spinners, we should have done something about it. So I think that is something that India is lacking. India really has to work on the bowling and start off finishing the tail. ये tail खत्म करके हार देने का है. जब आप टॉप ऑर्डर को आप निकाल दे रहे like 69 रन पे कुछ आप निकाल दे रहे, फिर आप 280 बनाने देते कैसे? तो वो
हम्म,
सवाल है कि भाई I think that is where the bowling is
बिल्कुल.
lacking. We need those kind of bowlers that can finish it off, and I just hope we find them as soon as possible. And what's your
Yeah,
thoughts on the bowling here?
I completely agree. Copy everything that you said. And just okay, today's bowling was very good, but also you have the scoreboard pressure. Bangladesh were trying to go for the shots, and it was just too many runs on the board. So more credit has to go to the batsmen. But yeah, bowling. When you actually started off really well in patches, the bowling has been very good throughout the series. I liked Umran Malik spells. Siraj with the opening ball has been good. Today Aksar Patel bowled well. Kuldeep, was he beat a few batsmen off the bat. That outside
Shakib
edge.
को
I
बोल
really
करो. Yeah.
yeah.
Shakib.
So Sakib Kul, like he bowled that wrong one and chopped it on. So I think and Patches has been really good today. Of course, there's a lot of runs, so they got the job done. मगर हाँ, like आप जब आपका position जब strengthen रहता है, आप अच्छे position में 6 डाउन है 7 डाउन है मैच खत्म कर दे, एक विकेट बाकी है 50 रन खाली है, वो acceptable नहीं है. So that's my thing. I think let's move on to the England match because Vinesh Bhai is talking about England again today. Of course, by England, something you don't relate with this England team. They batted not aggressive, intent, any reason. The reason of that is because
Pitch.
of the pitch. The pitch, it's starting to deteriorate. It's helping the spin conducive to turn right now. तो आसान pitch नहीं है. अगर आप देखें, मैं तो surprise हो गया because मैं बोल रहा था कि बाबर आजम है, अभी उन्हें 100 को convert कर सकता. They can get to that England lead. I also said there was another way that collapse हो सकती है, मगर इतना बुरा collapse मैं को समझ में नहीं आया. 200 में all out हो गई, but that's the thing, right? You get one breakthrough, that Ollie Robinson delivery, bro. The one he bowled to Babar Azam in
Oof.
swinging, beautiful
Yeah.
ball, and the way he's swinging the ball in these conditions, I cannot believe it. तो उसके बाद line लग गई wickets के. Rizwan struggled, everyone else struggled. The way Leach was bowling, even Root came chipped up a couple of wickets. But yeah, Leach
Exactly
also
what you.
coming to the party.
Yeah, exactly what you've been saying that India needs to try to do, like get a Virat Kohli or someone to start bowling. इनला वही implement करे कि जो रूट आके 2 विकेट उखाड़ लिया.
Yeah, exactly. जो रूट भी खा लिया, जो रूट उसका पंजाबी है इंडिया के अगेंस्ट, राइट, इन इंडिया इन दिस कंडीशन. सो एक और चीज मेरे को दिखा ये गेम में, जो लोग बोलते हैं इंग्लैंड कमेंटर्स, ये वो लोग कंप्लेन करते कि आई हर्ड इन द पास्ट कि भाई ये पिच रैंक टर्नर है, ये वो. अब आज भी ये रैंक टर्नर था मगर अच्छा खेल रहे. इट शोज दैट इवन फॉर द होम टीम इट्स नॉट इजी टू प्ले ऑन अ रैंक टर्नर, वेदर दैट्स
Yeah.
इंडिया, वेदर दैट्स पाकिस्तान, वेदर दैट्स श्रीलंका, बांग्लादेश. नहीं है इजी. It took guts from Pakistan to create a ranked turner. They were in the game, they're still in the game, but that match is now slipping away because जैसा I think विनेश भाई कल बोले थे या गुरनूर भाई बोले थे कि अगर बैटिंग लास्ट करना है इस पे तो आपको प्रॉब्लम
Yeah.
होने वाला है. ये तो पक्का है. तो बैटिंग लास्ट तो है पाकिस्तान का. अब वो लीड अगर 350 तक चले गया तो मेरे को
खत्म.
नहीं दिख रहा कि चेस करने वाले. मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है, अब मैं गलत हो सकता हूँ, but it'll become very difficult because England not only have Leach and Root who have picked up wickets, they can try Will Jacks, and then आपके फास्ट बॉलिंग इतनी अच्छी कर रही, एंडरसन, रॉबिन्सन क्या डाल रहे हैं, रिवर्स भी कर रहे, न्यू
Yeah.
बॉल के साथ भी स्विंग कर रहे, ऑफ द सीम भी मूवमेंट निकाल रहे हैं. It's exceptional, man. And yeah, today wasn't baseball, but that's I like that. Like they knew that कि भाई pitch deteriorate हो रहा है, नहीं मार सकते हर ball. Stokes भी, he took his time today. He didn't play any rash shots.
That is something that Stokes said in his press conference कि भाई it's not going to be a sunshine day, रोज नहीं रहने वाला है मेरे लिए ऐसा wicket ऐसा रोज, it doesn't come every day. There will be situations where we'll have to be realistic about the result. We will want to get a result, and yes, there's this day 2, आज day 2 है तो all the more result तो है इसमें, but he said कि भाई we will play according to the situation. अगर situation favors the brave and we go and out and hit, अगर हम लोग मार रहे और वो चल रहा तो चलने दो, लेकिन अभी obviously नहीं चल रहा, विकेट टर्न हो रही, समझने दो आना विकेट. अगर विकेट समझ में नहीं आ रही then that's a miscalculation. वो हौलापना है, फिर हौलेपने में जाके आप मैच दे देंगे. So I think it's smart from Ben Stokes and team that they're not going guns blazing. They're keeping their head in the game and sort of pacing their innings slowly. But what about Abrar Ahmed? Another 3 wickets, 10 wickets in the match. I was reading a lot of the fans still say that he's not ready for Test cricket. He's giving a lot of runs away. बहुत runs दे रहा, but मेरे को जहाँ तक दिखा कि बॉय में टैलेंट बहुत है. उन्हें 22 overs में कुछ 122 दिया, शायद 114 कुछ दिया था. तो I think that for Test cricket is fine. And आज भी उन्हें 3 wickets ले लिया, 2 रन आउट में इन्वॉल्व था. तो
नहीं
yeah,
देखो
I think
उन्हें एक्सपेंसिव तो रहेंगे बट लाइक इन सर्टेन सिचुएशन यू आर लेग स्पिनर सो यू विल गेट हिट एंड द वे इंग्लैंड इज प्लेइंग आपको बाउंड्रीज पड़ेंगे आप कुछ भी रन दो आपको बाउंड्रीज पड़ेंगे मगर ही इज बीन आउटस्टैंडिंग मैन दिस गेम उन्हें ये इनिंग्स में भी उसका देखा रन आउट का उन्हें फर्स्ट विकेट उन्हें निकाला लाइक ही got the ball from mid off and he did a direct hit so he's
yeah,
chipping with that with the bat today he played a cut shot
played
like
a
this
cut shot. Yeah,
so he's had a wonderful debut ठीक है like runs पिट गया थोड़ा बहुत इधर उधर but he's the only one who's fighting for Pakistan right now if you want to be
exactly.
critical you should be more critical on the other leg spinner is it
Other exponent, Zahid Mahmood.
uh, Zahid Mahmood yeah be a bit more critical on him I felt that उन्हें बहुत ज़्यादा फ्लाइट कर रहा था at times he was allowing these guys to get the sweep in reverse sweep in even when
Yeah,
Duckett was batting उसको like ज़्यादा time मिल रहा था shot खेलने के लिए because बहुत ज़्यादा फ्लाइट कर रहा था whereas Abrar Ahmed was using his variations थोड़ा quicker through the air भी कर रहा था
yeah,
off the pitch भी turn तो मिल रहा था दोनों को but वही है कि उन्हें through the air like he was changing his variation so I think that way he was outstanding. It's been a great debut, and he's the only guy. The fast bowlers, Fahim Ashraf was decent at times, मगर उसके बाद he tapered off.
mm.
They didn't have like a Robinson type of spell, like Anderson type of spell. You need other guys to also think. उन्हें एक hand से wickets निकाल रहा, थोड़े runs पिट रहा तो क्या है? दूसरे
and
end तो tight रखो, दूसरे end
and
में
भाई
दूसरे end से wickets ही नहीं आ रहे.
yeah, and भाई अगर आप देखो he is the only one who's bowling consistently. उन्हें 21
वही
overs पे बाकी 5-6 overs पे I think even Mahmood bowled like 9 or 7 overs. तो उसको थका भी दे रहे भाई फिर आप बोल रहे कि उसको runs उन्हें
मगर
runs
फैज
मिल जा
अभी
रहा.
उसका देखो 21 ओवर डाला उन्हें
81 runs कुछ
80
दिया उन्हें.
81 रन 3 विकेट 3.85 इट्स फाइन मैन फॉर अ लेग स्पिनर
Yeah,
ओके द वे इंग्लैंड प्ले थोड़ा सा इकोनॉमी तो रहेगा राइट बट
yeah,
ही
of
इज
course.
पुटिंग यू द विकेट्स उन्हें विकेट लेके दे रहा उन्हें जो पहले इनिंग में रूट को भी निकाला इसको स्टोक्स को भी निकाला अब फिर से उन्हें विकेट्स निकाल रहा एंड दैट कैच ब्रो I need to
Yeah.
talk about that catch. The catch at short leg today.
रूट
Um,
का बोल रहे आप?
रूट का ही नहीं रूट का नहीं बोल रहा हूँ मैं आई थिंक इट वाज ऑली पोप का या आई थिंक ऑली पोप का जो उन्हें ऐसा खेला ऐसा शॉट खेला एंड अब्दुल्ला शफीक आई थिंक वाज एट short leg and he just
Yeah.
brief legs catch man outstanding catch it's very
Yeah,
difficult to catch
that was I think his Joe Root's wicket. अबरार
no
अहमद
no
का
जो
Joe
रूट
Root.
जो रूट का था
हाँ अब्दुल्ला शफीक कैच पकड़ा
अब्दुल शाह
सुबह में.
या जो रूट का था जो रूट
Yeah,
का था सॉरी
yeah.
हाँ जो रूट का था मैं पहला वो देख रहा था जो
Hmm.
रूट का ही था वो क्या कैच था भाई अनबिलीवेबल कैच सो या सॉरी टेकिला भी बोले रूट का कैच था मैं पहला इनिंग का स्कोर कार्ड देख रहा था बट इट वाज दैट कैच इट वाज आउटस्टैंडिंग कैच दैट कॉट माय आई टुडे फ्रॉम अब्दुल्ला शफीक वेरी गुड कैच Abrar Ahmed is the only shining light man so
Yeah.
far
Speaking of catches, even Litton Das, like he got one good catch in the deep. I think Iyer का wicket कुछ था तो अच्छा ही, he's good in the field, but वो कोहली का भी catch उन्नीस drop करा था, which led to the king, being able to get to his 72nd. Let's take a few questions here. Ganesh Bhai said in press conference, Sundar, I am working on power hitting, which is required for finishing the game. And from New Zealand to today, against my heel again showed fine finishing skills. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. Sundar has been very good in the end and coming and so always chipping out 30 plus score in like 20 or 18 balls, 23 balls minimum. उन्हें मारते रहता है, चार चौके तो मार के देता. So yeah, I'm happy with his progression. I just hope we keep backing him. What are your thoughts, Mufti, on Sundar and the finishing?
Sundar is a proper batsman, and he actually like I know that domestically he opens the batting for the Tamil Nadu. He's come one down as well, but where he caught my eye was at the Gabba, that Test
Mm.
match, that partnership that he struck with Thakur. Even Thakur was outstanding in that game, but the shots that he played, as a full face of the bat, a back foot pit punch, front foot pit defense, a proper batsman.
Yeah.
And now the fact
Yeah.
that he's like coming to this strike rate thing where he's trying to up his strike rate, play shots and everything. Outstanding. And if you have the shots like that, if you have good batting technique, it becomes easier to accelerate. Rather than if you're a dasher and then you try to play Test cricket, I feel that sometimes can become difficult. But he has the base already, foundation hai uske paas. Now, how he wants to play, it's up to him. He wants to play aggressive cricket. He wants to, rotate this, and he has the ability, he has the talent to play in different situations. So I
Mm.
really like Sundar. You can play him as a pinch hitter. You can play him as a, come one down. You can play him as a night watchman if you want. You can play him as a finisher. And if you can develop him a bit more, he'll be a key in for India in the World Cup. Again, on the bowling, I would like him to work more on that and try to develop more variations with the flight of the delivery as well, the pace which he bowls at, the trajectory, length, line. If he can work on that, be a bit more consistent, that'd be really good.
Yeah.
One more thing, first, before I take the other comments, is that that caught my eye test is Boland, man, triple wicket maiden, outstanding bowling. He killed it in the
Yeah,
Ashes last year, and everybody was waiting for him. भाई ने wicket कब ले रहा कब लेगा. Everyone was expecting कि उन्हें हर match में हर over में
match
पांच
man.
पांच wicket लेगा. But आज करा उन्हें फिर से 3 wicket लिया. Excellent bowling, and it's a one-sided series, unfortunately. For
Yeah,
Australia,
sad.
it's more like a warm-up now. They're looking at the South Africa series.
Yeah, day three के ऊपर I think 459 runs बनाना है with like loss of 4 wickets, 38 for 4 कुछ है. It doesn't look, it looks like a very bad situation for the, I think West Indian board really needs to understand कि भाई you need to start backing players. थोड़ा लड़ाइयाँ कम करो, थोड़ा board has to work like a board. अभी it's just too sad to see like West Indian cricket go so down in the recent years में बहुत ज़्यादा बेचारे struggle करे. उसमें भी खैर World Cup जीते stuff like
Valiant.
that, but yeah, it's not a good sight to see right now.
Yeah, and
विनेश भाई के लिए एक सवाल है. विनेश भाई, this is for you from Techie Life. विनेश भाई said if Bevan and Dhoni kind of finisher is there, then they will play out Sakib's overs and go for the kill in the 50th over. So Vinesh bhai, if you can write out your comments on that, and if Mustafa, you have any comments on this?
No, the thing is, like, I mean, of course, like Bevin and Dhoni were world class finishes, but sometimes you have to entrust in whoever has that role, whether that's Hardik Pandya या अभी Washington सुंदर के पास वो role है या अक्षर पटेल के पास है. Sometimes you should entrust them on that and कि भाई finish करो. अगर नहीं करे तो ठीक है, that's how you're going to learn, right? You put them in that
Yeah.
position. अगर आपको finisher बनाना है, आप उसको वो position में रखो. Dhoni also, like when he came into Ganguly, put him at one down initially. If you remember, उन्हें जो श्रीलंका के against 183 मारा और फिर पाकिस्तान के against 140 और जो मारा था,
140.
he came at one down. He wasn't a finisher. He was made into the finisher. Like after like he was put into those situations कि भाई नहीं आप end में आके मारो. Then when he was captain, he took that role upon himself. So it depends. अब जैसा 2011 World Cup था, उसमें actually finishing role था नहीं. Like he made it into finishing role. He actually came up the order. He didn't think अगर मैं चलेगा कौन है finisher. He entrusted Raina here because Raina semi-final में पाकिस्तान के खिलाफ finish करा था. He took India past 250, 260. तो he said कि भाई Raina है उन्हें finish कर सकता. मैं नहीं करा था वो match में, तो अब मैं आगे जाऊंगा खेलूंगा. Raina करेगा finish. So you have to interest on different people and take it from there. So yeah, I agree to a certain extent that outstanding finishes, but sometimes you have to create finishes as well. Like you have to develop all rounders. जो मैं कब से वो दूँ भाई.
सही है. अच्छा, like today, one more thing that like last thing probably I'll discuss on that is like the way Rahul distributed the bowling. 34 overs में fast bowlers apart from Umran, all of them bowled 5 overs. I think Siraj bowled 5. Shardul got 30 in 5. 3 wickets, 30 runs, and like so, is there like something where Umran and Kuldeep ko just because they're new to the squad, they're trying to give them that kind of a chance? Because Sundar to एक ही over डाला उसमें भी 1 wicket ले लिया था. But was that some kind of strategy from KL Rahul, or was it just like let anyone who didn't play today? Was that कुछ idea था?
No, I think initially, like for him, he had Akshar Patel there and Kuldeep Yadav, those spinners, so he probably gave them more of the ball. For Washington Sundar, he could have given when Sakib came on, but he probably wanted to test Akshar ki left arm batsman ke sath bhi khelo. And then of course, yeah, it is giving the opportunity to Kuldeep and Umran Malik as well, like getting him into that flow. They bowled well as well, and of course they got hit at a few times. It was a good pitch to bat on, but they did bowl well. They tested them out, and I think they want to see more of Umran Malik and Kuldeep Yadav, even though you've seen enough of Kuldeep Yadav, लेकिन अब वो स्पिनर का थोड़ा टेंशन है कि भाई एक लेग स्पिनर होना. अब दूसरे आप T20 वर्ल्ड कप में देख लिए, शादाब था, हसरंगा था, जैम्पा था, आदिल रशीद था. हर
Yeah.
टीम में एक अच्छा लेग स्पिनर था. आपके पास चहल था, आप खिलाए थे एशिया कप में, उन्हें नहीं परफॉर्म करा तो नहीं खिलाए T20 वर्ल्ड कप में. अब कौन है लेग स्पिनर, कौन निकाल सकता है विकेट्स? बिकॉज तो आप वही टेम्पलेट जा रहे हैं चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी वाली, जहाँ पे ऑफ स्पिनर्स को खिला रहे हैं. You're not getting wickets in
Yeah.
the middle over.
Yes.
So I think that's why they give Kuldeep that chance, and rightly so. You want to test them out in this situations. People always harsh on BCCI to select player from only IPL, but today Jaydev Unadkat is being selected from domestic
Yeah.
performances. Absolutely
Yeah.
correct. When it's why credit where due. He's had an outstanding domestic season, and credit to him. I think he was captain, right, Faz? So like
Yes.
and bowling really well as well. So I think class. He's like, I wouldn't say like I used to criticize him in the IPL. I think only
Yeah.
under Dhoni उन्हें अच्छा जबरदस्त bowling करता था, but he used to get hit in other times. But the way he's bowled in the domestic circuit, and yeah, credit to him, and he deserves the call up. So let's see what he does in the test matches.
Yeah, 100%. Even I think I was also very critical of him because he wasn't a very fast bowler, medium pacer था, ज़्यादा speed नहीं थी. He used to get smacked, but yeah, T20 में जैसा format है, I think it's a little harsh to criticize him, but yeah, credit for him how he played in the whole domestic tournament and final maybe. But yeah, coming to the next thing. Big clap for Jadav. Yeah, big clap for Jadav. I think ये idea scenario को जो player consistent perform कर रहे हैं, yeah, 100%. And I think गायकवाड़ का भी time आएगा. गायकवाड़ भी consistently perform कर रहा था. He hit that immaculate 180 and then 100 again फिर मारा था. So yeah, it's just a matter of time. Once the selection committee are sorted
संजू
with
को भी
their
आएगा चांस. संजू बाबा भी वेट कर रहे हैं. संजू बाबा
सही पॉइंट पकड़े. अब मेरे को ये सवाल है मुस्तफा भाई, टेस्ट सीरीज आ रहा है. आई डोंट सी ईशान किशन इन द स्क्वाड. ऋषभ पंत इज देयर. सो व्हाट डू वी डू नाउ? विल ऋषभ पंत
ईशान
कंटिन्यू
किशन
टू
इज
प्ले?
नॉट he's not been in the test squad. उन्होंने कब खेला टेस्ट क्रिकेट मेरे को तो याद नहीं है.
नहीं
Like
खेला. वही बोल रहा हूँ मैं. कंसिडरिंग दिस काइंड ऑफ इनिंग्स जहाँ पे ना
नहीं
खेला, डू यू थिंक वी कैन
नहीं
इंप्लीमेंट
फॉर्मेट्स मिक्स ना मत करो. फॉर्मेट आप आप like if you want to develop Sanju Samson into test player, then yeah, you can do that, but you have your test players. ईशान किशन T20 वनडे पे फोकस करो. He can develop into a test player. मैं वैसा नहीं बोल रहा हूँ, but on this performance if you're going to say कि उसको क्यों नहीं मिल रहा टेस्ट कैप, that's a bit harsh. That's what I feel. Of course I'm not saying कि उन्हें नहीं बन सकता टेस्ट क्रिकेटर, but right now Rishabh Pant has been your keeper, man. Your number one. He's won you series away from home, at home. So you go with him, and then yeah, you can develop other keepers. You can develop Ishan Kishan, Sanju Samson, but you get them into the squad first. Also, one thing I wanted to point out is Ishan Kishan has been part of the limited over squad for a long time now.
Long time,
right?
yeah.
He hasn't got his chances, especially when the big guns are there. Even sometimes when Dhawan is leading, sometimes usko nahi milta chance. But he got his chance today and he made the most of it. So I think it was Nitin bhai, someone tweeted me today saying कि भाई 100 बन गया ठीक है, उन्हें 200 नहीं मारा तो कोई भी याद नहीं रखेंगे. उसको 200 भी मार दिया, अब तो याद रखना पड़ेगा उसको. तो
मेरे को तो यही था यार, अगर थोड़ा अगर हेड रख लो 32nd या 34th ओवर कुछ था, स्टिल 15 odd overs to go, 300 बना लिया था तो खत्म. याद नहीं, पूरा हिस्ट्री बुक में लिख लिए थे उसका नाम. But yeah, I think it's just a matter of time. थक गए.
Who will be the opener for the first test against Bangladesh? KL Gill or any other? Yeah, I would like to see Shubman Gill open the batting. At times he's got injured in different series and everything. But one thing that Shubman Gill, I feel that away from home, he's played well, especially in Australia. But at home, that England series, अगर आपको याद है, उसमें उसकी performance उतनी तगड़ी नहीं थी. तो in these subcontinent conditions, I'm sure Bangladesh will make rank turners. That's just my gut feeling. तो उन्हें कैसा खेलेंगे उसको test करना चाहिए ये conditions में. He has to grind it out and see. It might not be the right call, but I would want to see him grind it out and try to get some runs. He might not get big hundreds, but ये challenge उसको जरूर देना. अब यार केएल राहुल पे आ गया बात, because रोहित शर्मा नहीं है. और कौन है आपके opening options?
There's no one else. Chiteshwar Pujara will be one down. अब कोहली कहाँ खेल? कोहली one down खेला
नहीं
तो
उन्हें
फिर
right अभी
श्रीकर भरत बोल के एक कीपर है. but I don't think
ईश्वरन नहीं है स्क्वाड में. कौन है स्क्वाड में? जरा जो भी चैट में मेरे को एक बार बता दो कौन है बैकअप ओपनर. उस हिसाब से मैं बोल दूंगा आपको कि कौन ओपन करेगा बैटिंग. सॉरी,
there is no one. There's only KL Rahul. There is Rohit Sharma, KL Rahul.
नहीं रोहित शर्मा का रिप्लेसमेंट कौन है? रोहित शर्मा तो है ही नहीं वहां पे.
नहीं, इंजर्ड तो नहीं बोले उसको.
Yeah, this guy bro, मैं इसका ही नाम बोल रहा था, ईश्वरवन. What about Ishan performed well? If he's in the squad, I think I would like to see him left arm, right hand, him and Shubman Gill opening the batting. That's what
I don't see him in the squad. उन स्क्वाड में तो नहीं है. जहाँ तक अभी स्क्वाड बता रहा है, रोहित शर्मा, KL राहुल एंड शुभमन गिल. That's about
रोहित
it for
शर्मा
now.
नहीं खेलेगा मेरे को ऐसा दिख रहा. मेरे हिसाब से इन्हें रोहित का रिप्लेसमेंट रहेगा तो उसको मैं देखना चाहता हूँ. लेफ्ट हैंड राइट हैंड मिल सकता. He's been very good domestically as well, so maybe give him a chance.
Latest तो बस यही है कि जडेजा and Shami are ruled out, where Jadav Unnatkut has come out, but जडेजा का replacement अभी नहीं announce हुआ है.
No announcement has been replaced for Rohit. Exactly. So yeah, right now then you have to open as KL and Shubman, but if each one is there, I would like to see him. But yeah, let's see. अब क्या next test series ही है? I think थोड़ी दिन में शुरू होने वाला है, right? Next week से शुरू हो जाएगा वो. So you got 2 test matches, and then after that, India come back home and they play Sri Lanka, New Zealand, and then Australia. What about Priyank Panchal? Bro, even he's there waiting in the wings. I would like to see him also. आप जो भी youngster बोलो मैं देखना चाह रहा हूँ. Priyank Panchal actually, I heard a lot about him. I've seen him bat as well. Very impressed with him. Whether he gets the chance of नहीं मालूम. From Wednesday test series starts. So आज क्या दिन है? Saturday. भाई क्रिकेट ऐसा जल्दी फटाफट आ रहा, मजा आ रहा. Faiz, also from the Pakistan England game, how do you see it panning out? If I just wanted to ask you,
Pakistan England game, England will try to get to a decent like अभी क्या है उन लोगों का, if I'm not wrong, 281 की lead है. They'll probably try to get to 350. 350 ला के आ जाओ भाई मैदान में, बोलेंगे बेन स्टोक्स। आई थिंक अगर उन लोगों की बैटिंग ज्यादा डिटोरिएट नहीं हुई, विकेट ज्यादा नहीं, मे बी दे कुड पुश टू 400, बट 350 तक अगर 7-8 है, नोइंग बेन स्टोक्स, ही विल गिव इट अवे। ले भाई आ जाओ, मेरा जैक लीच और मेरा जो रूट आके आएगा, जैसे मेरे करण अर्जुन आएंगे, मेरे जैक लीच और मेरे जो रूट आएंगे। तो आई थिंक वही होने वाला है कि इट्स गोना बी अनदर थिंग, एंड अगर दे आर एबल टू गेट 2-3 विकेट्स इन द थर्ड डे, मजा आने वाला है। फिर बाबर भाई का डिफेंस क्या रहने वाला है देखना पड़ेगा।
281 है लीड, अभी 5 विकेट बाकी है। अगर उन लोग 320 350 तक भी चले गए, अगर जल्दी ऑल आउट हो गए, तो फिर भी बहुत टफ स्कोर है मेरे को ऐसा दिख रहा है, बिकॉज
फिर वही विकेट का समझ में नहीं आ रहा ना, इवन द पीपल हु आर प्लेइंग लाइक रैंक टर्नर्स अपने खुद के होम में, उन लोगों को नहीं समझ में आ रहा, तो फिर दैट इज समथिंग दैट गोना बी इंटरेस्टिंग टू वॉच।
this is a crazy observation, a bit harsh. Home run speed is not the same as IPL because of the slow pitch or any reason. It could be a mixture of a few things. It could be that it could be because it's 50 overs, whereas in the IPL it's a four over spell. Over here has to bowl a 10 over spell. So maintaining that kind of speed throughout might be a bit more difficult. जहाँ पे आपको 4 ओवर मिलते हैं, आप पूरा मतलब अपना गैस टैंक मतलब खाली कर सकते हैं। 50 ओवर्स में आपको थोड़ा लंबा रेस रहता, तो आपको मतलब थोड़ा सा बैलेंस करना पड़ता, तो मे बी speed gun is not showing those high speeds all the time. And also yes, the pitch is it is a slow pitch and everything, so there, at times that would be a factor, but more than that I think it's the difference between 50 over and T20 cricket. That's what I feel has been edged by.
बिकॉज 4 ओवर में तो अपन जैसा हालात है, जितना बाइसेप में ताकत है, शोल्डर में ताकत है, डाल देते, बट 10 ओवर्स इज अनदर गेम, आई थिंक। तो कंप्लीटली एग्री ऑन दैट। But yeah, England and Pakistan is going to be interesting actually tomorrow, because agar 350, 400, and how Babar and the team sort of keep their wickets, how do they sustain that pitch? But yeah, I mean, apart from that, India. कौन आ गया?
No, I think मैं चले गया था, वापस आ गया मैं।
अच्छा,
नहीं,
आवाज
so with
चली
that
गई।
let's go with let's wrap this up and let's go into our tips and chips. You must be wondering what I'm going to ask you. It's not about the test match because we already picked our players for that. I am talking about the football. Let's talk a bit of football and wrap it up. Fez, क्या दिन था कल, आउटस्टैंडिंग, पागल हो गए। पेनल्टीज उधर ब्राजील में, यहाँ पे एक्स्ट्रा टाइम में मतलब एक्स्ट्रा टाइम क्या, स्टॉपेज टाइम में नेदरलैंड्स इक्वलाइज कर दिया। क्रेजी, आई वांटेड नेदरलैंड्स टू विन, आई गॉट अपसेट, एंड देन स्टिल द इमोशंस वेंट ऑन, एंड नाउ वी हैव 2 more games today. It was a crazy day of football yesterday. Let's just wrap it up because हमारे जो भाई लोग हैं फुटबॉल के भी फैंस हैं, तो थोड़ा बहुत बात कर लेंगे, because क्रिकेट का तो बहुत बात करें, मगर अगर है आपको अभी भी क्रिकेट का सवाल पूछ लो, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है।
फुटबॉल का भी है तो फुटबॉल का भी पूछ लीजिए। लेकिन कल का दिन जो था भाई, कल ऐतिहासिक दिन था फुटबॉल में। आई मीन, क्रोएशिया ब्राजील, नो वन अपार्ट फ्रॉम प्रॉब्लम मुस्ताबा एंड अ फ्यू पीपल, नो वन। मैं तो सोचा कि भाई विनिशियस यहाँ पे सर्कस करेगा, मार देगा, धाड़ देगा, एंड शुड हैव बीन द केस, बिकॉज आई थिंक नेमार को भी एक चांस मिला था लेफ्ट फुट से, विनिशियस के सामने बॉल गिरा था, तो those chances are the ones that come and bite you at the end. But yeah, overall Croatia's gameplay, Mustafa, how कैसा लगा? Like, how did you find Croatia? Like, मेरे को एक चीज जो पसंद आई थी कि they did not get for 1 minute scared, or they did not put it in their head कि हम लोग ब्राजील से खेल रहे, we have no squad compared to them. I think psychologically they really tuned themselves going into this game.
One word I only have for them is composure. From the start to the finish, from the first half, composure. When Brazil were attacking, composure. When Brazil stopped attacking, composure. Extra time, composure. Penalties, composure. They were very calm, very relaxed, very experienced. They completed more passes than Brazil. They kept more possession than Brazil, and they scored the goal as well. Coming back, they fought. They didn't get scared even after. Neymar scored one of the best World Cup goals, probably of this World Cup in particular. Great goal. Lekin they didn't lose their composure there either. They kept going at it. Luka Modric, for me, one of my favorite players. And even if Croatia is not, honestly, Croatia is not a team that I enjoy watching, but I always watch them because of Luka Modric, because the way he completes the passes. Sometimes you can say they're a slow team or thing, but they're an effective World Cup team. Or now they're on their last legs in terms of age and stamina and everything. Magar they're going to extra time in beating teams. Bro, Japan ko bhi extra time hai hamare, Brazil ko bhi extra time hai hamare. I won't be surprised Argentina ko bhi agar I wouldn't call it an upset. If they beat Argentina, I won't be surprised either. Again, it will be a tough challenge. We'll talk about that later on. But yeah, and then the Netherlands-Argentina game, for me, I always like Netherlands. I've been watching them for a long time now. I think since 2002 2004. I've been following their football. This was for me the weakest team, but they had a good defense, and they had youngsters, and the way they fought yesterday, I think extremely proud. They played really well. They did not play really well, but those last 10 minutes,
Yeah.
again they showed character. They showed Van Gaal genius, the free kick man. That's why he's a great
Oh,
manager.
yeah. That was speaking
That
was
was
something.
on training ground stuff. So वो जबरदस्त था, मेरे को बहुत अच्छा लगा. And of course, like if I wanted Netherlands to win. I didn't want Argentina to win, but I have to talk about first of all, the man of the match for me is not Messi, it's Martinez, because Unai penalties bachaya, because despite Messi's worldly assist and penalty, they were still not going to win the game. So Martinez is my man of the match, but I also appreciate Messi's pass. It was
Just a
outstanding.
question here. I mean, we are seeing Argentina, Saudi Arabia se haare, then they beat Mexico and Poland. Chalo, theek hai. But like convincing nahi dikh rahe. You don't. I mean, mere liye to, I mean, I have predicted that they'll be winning the World Cup. But for me also, what I don't understand is why are they not able to finish it? Itna like 2-0 ke baad bhi they looked very scared. They looked shaky. They looked like there are cracks in the gap. So why is that? Is that because of lack of experience, or is it the coaching tactics? Zyada acha nahi hai coach. Like, what do you think it is?
So two things. There's one thing to it. You don't need to be the best team to win the World Cup. The best teams who have played this World Cup, the best football that I've seen, two of those teams are out. Brazil and Spain. Like they played the
Hmm.
best football this
Yeah.
tournament. Crazy football, and they're out. Portugal played really good in that other game, but that was maybe more of a one-off. But they also played a good game. They could be out today. They could not be. I don't know. But
Mhm.
you don't have to be the best team. Sometimes it could be KG. From Argentina's point of view, like Messi is not at his peak. He's not at that level. I think he's giving worldly assists, this that, but those are moments. So to keep that consistent, they need players around him. They need other players to do that. And again, it's also mentality wise. The defense, they have to be a bit more stronger. Romero is making mistakes. I felt defensive midfield as well didn't. And also, one more thing is they got out tactic. What do you call it? Outclassed in tactics.
Yeah, tactics.
उन्हें
Yeah,
दो लंबे प्लेयरों को डाल
long
दिया
ball,
शट्टे उधर. He put
big
two tall
horse.
guys
Yeah,
there, और भाई वो खाली ऊपर बॉल देते गए. They didn't have an answer, so that's a lack of adaptability, lack of planning. Yes, Argentina haven't looked the greatest, but you don't need to be the greatest team to win the World Cup. Brazil have been much better. They're out. They're on their way home. So that's the way I look at it.
Vinesh Bhai says, I am a big fan of Portugal. Ooh. And Ronaldo, give your prediction today. I'm backing Portugal and England to win. Feel sad for Neymar. He was just too good, but there was a goalkeeper, but their goalkeeper was not up to the mark. For me also, yes, मेरी बीपी की मशीन यहाँ पे रखी हुई है. मैं बीपी चेक करने वाला हूँ पोर्चुगल के मैच टू. I am, trapping myself, अगर मैं बोल सकता हूँ. Sorry for the harsh language, but yeah, uh, because Morocco is something that is a rock. Basically, उनके नाम में rock है, तो आप समझ जाओ कि Morocco defense has been spectacular. Me and Mustafa have been speaking about this. Uh, so yeah, I'm really, sort of very worried about this match. I hope, Bruno, Ronaldo, अगर Ronaldo bench नहीं, Ronaldo does something. But with respect to Goncalves, Ramos is a hat trick. I think he will start. But I feel कि Portugal
Yeah, आ गया
uh,
लाइनअप आ गया. रोनाल्डो
yeah,
बेंच पे भैया.
bench पे.
रोनाल्डो बेंच पे.
So I'm just
But
gonna
I'll
go.
tell you
I'm just
something.
gonna say. I'm just gonna say. I'm just gonna say Portugal is gonna win this 2-0.
I'll tell you something. I'm not laughing that Ronaldo's on the bench with wo hai. I'm just laughing because everyone wants him to start. I think it's the right decision to be on the bench. He can come and impact the game from the bench, and he can score you the winning goal. But I think Kendi Hundi Sui is going to win out of the World Cup today. It's going to be about Morocco, bro. I really like their defense. It's going to be a tough game. I think Portugal have played really good, even in that, especially in that last game. But even in other games, they've looked good, and they have some world-class players. It's going to be a tough game. But I'm backing Morocco. I want them to win. Like all my teams are out. This is one team that I have a connection with now, and I want them to win. I really like their players, and yeah, man, I love their fans also. Great fans. So really good. Yeah, Dilbar. Hopefully we can
But
see
yeah,
some
okay.
celebrations.
Coming to the England versus France, the big dynamite, the elephant in the room, the everything in the room. What do you think about Kylian Mbappe versus Harry Maguire? What are we looking at there?
It's very tough to call. But I'm just going France, bro, to keep it simple. Because but I will. I think England are favorites. But because this man has entered the building and is asking these kind of questions, that's the only reason I want France to win. I want Mbappe to win, and I'm gonna eat win hate today. That's the only reason, bro. And another reason is that I actually have a lot of respect for Mbappe, man.
People
He
watching
does
also,
stupid things.
sorry, Mustaf. People watching also, please give us your prediction. Vinesh bhai, आप खाली Portugal का दिए. What about England? You want England to win? Let us know your score as well. Believe in Pepe, yes sir. Believe in Pepe, of course. Me too, Vinesh bhai. But yeah, I'm so sorry to cut you. You were saying England versus France.
Yeah, I
Go
think
on. Yeah.
England have the edge in this game because in midfield they have their players, they have the solid rock over there, and Declan Rice, Jude Bellingham, Henderson, and yeah, Harry Maguire is kind of an issue. But then you have Walker. They might play five at the back, Walker and Trippier
Mhm.
trying to mark Mbappe. But more than Mbappe, they also have to look at Dembele and Griezmann also and Giroud. So you can't just look at Mbappe there. There's a lot of talk about ki kaun aur tez hai, Walker or Mbappe, but also you have to
No,
see the skill on the
वहाँ
ball
वहाँ
as well,
कोई
right?
argument नहीं है boss. Sorry, वहाँ कोई argument
No,
नहीं है.
मगर कुछ क्लिक हुआ था कि वॉकर इज broke some record like the very close
Back in
bro,
the
it's not
day,
a,
yes. Back in the day,
no no
yes,
no
I
no
would
now
agree.
now very recently
बट
like
भैया
अभी
ने
मैं आर्टिकल पढ़ा
विनिशियस के अगेंस्ट छक दिया था यार वॉकर. आई मीन मेरे को तो
कौन
खैर आई डोंट नो
नहीं कहाँ से
विनिश.
like even against Vinicius he stopped him. So the difference is I'll tell you something about Walker उन्हें कैसा है वो engine थोड़ा slow start होता है पर
या
एकदम ऐसा जाता है उसका recovery pace बहुत तेज है and with the ball थोड़ा slow down होते हैं right अब like Mbappe would beat him but then when he has the ball he will naturally slow down, so when you naturally slow down then
या
this way the recovery
आई
pace comes in, so it's more closer than
एक्सपीरियंस
you think. Yeah.
एक्सपीरियंस है भैया
No,
एक्सपीरियंस.
no, also speed. It's closer than
या
you think. And like I know where
या
you're coming from. I understand, but मैं ये मेरे को भी नहीं मालूम था. मैं पूरा पढ़ा ये
मेरे
वो
लिए
सुना फिर मैं
या
बोला.
मेरे लिए की क्या है, मेरे लिए की कीलियन के अलावा जो की है वो जो शिफ्ट शूट में उसकी एक्यूरेसी एंड पावर ऑफ दैट शॉट, आई थिंक वो भाई, इफ यू सी दोस टू गोल्स अगेंस्ट पोलैंड, those
Kylian
distance
Mbappe,
those distances were unreal bro. अगर आप कर्ल शॉट ले रहे हैं वहां से भी वो
Kylian
प्रिसिजन
Mbappe.
पे से और जो मारा है उन्हें, इट्स नेक्स्ट लेवल है ना. अगर उधर वॉकर या मैगवायर को, ये मैगवायर भाई तो ऐसे है बेचारे, अगर यूं हो गया उन्हें वो निकल के चले आता पीछे से, तो आई फील दैट निंजा टर्टल डोनाटेलो इज गोना probably win for
Bro,
France. I do, मेरे लिए इंग्लैंड एंड आई एम सपोर्टिंग इंग्लैंड, बट या फ्रांस इज गोना
तुम्हारे
probably
दोनों
take it.
टीम खेल रहे फेवरेट इंग्लैंड और पोर्चुगल. क्या प्रेशर का दिन है भाई. 1 घंटे में शुरू होने वाला है. Get
इसलिए
some deep breaths.
एम्बुलेंस स्पीड डायल पे रख लेके बैठा हुआ हूँ मैं, अगर
मैं
बीपी बीपी चेक कराना है.
हाँ हारे तो मेरे ऊपर थूको नहीं ना, उतना ही बोल रहा हूँ मैं. हारे तो हार गए. मैं देखो मेरी टीम हार गई थी, कल मैं जाके सो गया. लाइक नो प्रॉब्लम, हारे तो हार गए. Like Musti says, Southgate is a genius, bro. Yeah, I always say this and I believe it, bro. And a lot of people do not like it when I say this, but he's a genius, bro. Henderson खिला के जीत रहा था, सेनेगल के. आज भी कुछ कर देता फंकी होने.
Foden or
And
Rashford, who do you think is going to start?
Foden. Rashford come off the bench. Saka will start as well. I think that's what I feel. Look, France also, just I have to salute their squad depth, man. Like Rabiot is playing outstanding. I don't think he would have played if like Pogba, Kante, and stuff were there. He's playing outstanding. Kimpembe is also not there. Pogba, Kante.
Only
Varane
Varane is
also.
there in the defense. Yeah.
Varane is the only solid defense. Like the rest are not there, bro. So like, the other
Chouameni.
Hernandez got injured. The main Hernandez got
Yo.
injured. Now the other Hernandez is killing it, like his brother, right? Like
Bhaiya
he's
hai dono.
smashing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's smashing it. So like everyone's stepped up. It's like the Gabba all over again. England versus France 2-0. England need plan to tackle Mbappe to win this match. And that also Griezmann. Like Griezmann, yeah, sometimes he can be lazy sometimes and think, but he's playing that number 10 middle role really well. And he's
Perfect,
linking up very well with Mbappe and Giroud. And Mbappe and Giroud connection has also been outstanding.
Yes,
Giroud is the
yes.
decoy. उन्हें क्या करता Maguire को उन्हें ऐसा लपट के रख लेगा Maguire को, and then it will allow Griezmann, Mbappe and Dembele to come in and create space. But England, अगर पलटाए तो England also have Saka, they also have Foden, they also have Harry Kane, and France will have to watch out because Varane, yeah, has experience, but more than that, they don't have as much experience as you normally would. So when you talk about Maguire and Stones, they're not the greatest and whatever, but still, like it's not like France's defense is all the way up there and their midfield is all the way up there. Yeah, they're playing good football. But yeah, it's going to be a fun game. I hope it's fun. Let's see what happens. It could be a boring draw. It could be exciting. I'm thinking 4-3 either way, maybe, or even penalties, like 4-4 go to penalties. That's what I want to see, maybe more than anything.
But yeah, कल की बात अगर आ गई तो फिर it will be next level. Yesterday what we saw, oh my god, कल was like next level.
Pace was an issue for England before, not anymore. Harvin in the house. But yeah, I think
Saka,
that wraps it up.
Rashford,
Anything
Yeah.
else you want to talk about? Football, cricket, basketball,
हाँ
volleyball,
क्रिकेट
whatever?
के लिए तो चलो लेट्स पुट द सीरीज बैक. सीरीज लॉस बट चलो एंड में थोड़ा बहुत बैंडेज लगा दिया. ईशान किशन 200 रुपए का बैंडेज लगा दिया. कमिंग टू
मेरे को ये बोलो,
टुमारो.
ईशान किशन आपका ओपनर है या नहीं है वनडे क्रिकेट में? या आप रोहित शर्मा, शिखर धवन जब फुली फिट है, आप क्या करेंगे ईशान किशन के साथ? और गायकवाड को लेके आएंगे, नहीं लिखेंगे? आपके कौन है ओपनर वनडे क्रिकेट में अभी?
इसके लिए
दो
आप मुझे
ओपनर
कॉल
बोल दो.
करके बोलिए, अपन बात करेंगे. नहीं लेकिन अगर मैं
मैं
सीरियसली
बोल रहा हूँ मेरे
बोलूंगा तो
ओपनर,
शिखर
मेरे
धवन तो नहीं
ओपनर.
है, बिकॉज शिखर धवन को 3 चांसेस दे दिए अपन. शिखर धवन डिडंट परफॉर्म. ईशान किशन 200 बना दिया. यू कैन नॉट गेट ब्लाइंड टू दैट. एंड रोहित शर्मा ऑब्वियसली विल बी देयर बिकॉज कप्तान है, उन्होंने जो 50 मारा उसके लिए भी उसको रख लूंगा मैं.
Yeah, Vinesh bhai, Portugal don't break heart. Yeah.
Please, Portugal. And yes, coming to the football. Yeah, my
If your
tension है
heart is
थोड़ी.
broken, just go on Instagram and just watch the Moroccan fans and everything. You'll enjoy. Your heart will be when it again. My
Yeah.
heart was broken yesterday, man, when Netherlands lost. But it is what it is. Pretty much wraps it up. I think from a cricket point of view, India have lost the series. They won the game, a fantastic double hundred, but still a lot to work on. From England and Pakistan's point of view, England have bowled brilliantly. It was a fight back in some sorts because Pakistan were 100 for 2 yesterday when we left you guys. So a very good performance from England today, and they're in the driver's seat there. Australia on the driver's seat against West Indies. So plenty of cricket to talk about, plenty of football. Now we're going to just get ready and start watching the football. So lot to do. But thank you so much for joining us. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. जो भी है comments है, आप हमको Twitter, Instagram पे chasing the target पे आप हमको follow कर सकते हो. वहाँ पे पूछिए आपके सवाल. अगर हम live भी नहीं हो, वहाँ पे भी पूछो. हम पूरा कोशिश करेंगे कि आपका सवाल का जवाब
हर
दें.
जवाब
तो
में yes.
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आपके लिए फैज, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया. एंड
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया.
बेस्ट ऑफ लक. आज तो बहुत पूरा डबल प्रेशर है, डबल एस्प्रेसो,
इसलिए
डाउन डाउन.
मैं मरून डाल दिया अभी से पोर्चुगल के लिए. अरे तो मोराको के से पलटा के रख दूंगा.
अशरफ हकीमी, हकीम
नहीं बट
जिया,
यार मेरा
दिल
बॉय
पर दिल
बेंच पे से आके
दिल
भैया
पर
मारने
दिल
वाले.
पर
विनेश भाई गेट रेडी,
दिल
यू हैव टू
पर
स्टार्ट.
दिल पर
गला साफ कर लो विनेश
ओ
भाई.
दिल
सुई
पर
बोलना है.
दिल पर
सुई बोलना है
और
पूरी रात.
होश खबर है ये दिल पर दिल पर. Come on Morocco, come on, let's go. Let's see what happens. Everybody, again, like and subscribe. Thank you so much for joining us. We really really appreciate it, and we will catch you tomorrow hopefully. And then yeah, I think tomorrow is more of a break for like overall, but we still have the test matches to cover, so we'll do that. And
Yes.
we will catch you on the flip side. Thank you so much. This is me, Mustafa Ismail, your host, and my co-host Faiz Tahir, signing out from today. And enjoy the footy in the night, boys. Take care.